troubling trend is sending shockwaves across American higher education: the steady reduction in international student arrivals. Are U.S. universities on the brink of losing their competitive edge? The latest immigration figures reveal a deeply concerning picture, and behind the headlines, there's more going on than most people realize. Immigration statistics for July paint a stark picture. There was a dramatic decline in international students coming to the U.S., with nearly half as many students arriving from India compared to last year. This could signal a challenging fall for universities nationwide, as new overseas student enrollment threatens to drop sharply. But here's where it gets even more complicated. Many university leaders directly link this downturn to recent Trump administration decisions: the pausing of essential visa interviews and repeated threats to cancel optional practical training, a program that lets international students gain vital work experience after graduation. Whether you see these as prudent reforms or damaging barriers, there's no denying their impact. Let's break down the numbers. According to preliminary ADIS/I-94 data provided by the U.S. International Trade Administration, July 2025 saw a 28.5% decrease in international student arrivals compared to July 2024. To put it in perspective, arrivals plummeted from 106,993 in July 2024 to just 76,519 this July. Notably, this count excludes students from Mexico and Canada and is still subject to adjustment. Why does this matter so much? U.S. universities typically welcome new international students just before the academic year begins, making July and August critical months for gauging future enrollment. Take, for example, top institutions around Washington, D.C., Georgetown, George Washington, and others all start in late August. Fewer arrivals now likely translate to emptier classrooms next semester. And this is the part most people miss. The decline in arrivals isn't just about students who never boarded a plane. Some may have opted not to leave the U.S. during summer break, fearing they might not be allowed re-entry due to shifting policies. Universities, aware of these immigration risks, often advise students to remain stateside, adding another wrinkle to interpreting the statistics. If you look at year-to-date data, the decline appears less severe, only 7.7% down from January to July when compared with last year. But this broader window may mask the true scale of the recent sharp drop in new enrollment, which typically spikes in those crucial summer months. Controversy brews over whether U.S. immigration policy is helping or harming America's future. Organizations like NAFSA, which represents international educators, openly warn that current government actions, ranging from sweeping travel bans affecting 19 countries to restricted visa appointments, will likely devastate new student enrollment. America has long stood as the top choice for talented students worldwide, notes Fanta R., NAFSA's CEO. But these numbers are a wake-up call. Our leadership is at risk. Here's an even thornier issue. The State Department has not only suspended and revoked visas for technicalities, but has actively required students to leave the country for minor violations, often without giving them a chance to respond. This hardline approach has sparked a slew of lawsuits and ignited fierce debates within academia and beyond. Joseph Edlow, now heading U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, has openly suggested breaking ties with highly skilled international talent by ending work authorization programs and reshaping the visa lottery to make it even harder for foreign graduates to stay employed in the U.S. The administration's actions haven't stopped there. In high-profile confrontations, they have launched investigations involving 50 universities, moved to block Harvard students from entering, and pressured Columbia University into reconsidering its reliance on income from foreign students. Is this sound policy or self-inflicted harm? Research consistently finds that international students are essential, both as a lifeline for financially struggling universities and as a vital source of skilled talent for American businesses. Studies predict that, without immigrants and their children, undergraduate populations could shrink by nearly 5 million students within 15 years, and the graduate student body might fall by 1.1 million. That would mean campuses, and eventually, American innovation and business becoming markedly smaller and less competitive. Looking closer at the data reveals even starker realities. Asian students, typically the biggest contributors to U.S. enrollments, saw sharp declines. Arrivals from India fell 46.4%, from 24,298 down to 13,027. And China dropped 25.6%, from 19,634 to 14,601. The trend hit other countries too. Taiwan, minus 14.5%. South Korea, minus 19.7%. Vietnam, minus 36%. And the Philippines, minus 40.8%, all sent far fewer students. Fanta Ao sums up the distress many feel. Negative rhetoric, tighter visa policies, and the unpredictability of the process are making America less attractive to global talent. Our students, our communities, and our economy all suffer without their contributions. We should act fast, prioritize student visas and remove them from travel bans before we do lasting damage. And here's a question that's bound to ignite debate. Are these immigration policies a smart defense of American jobs? Or are they selling the country's future short by pushing top global talent elsewhere? Should universities adapt and diversify, or fight for open doors? We'd love to hear your opinion. Join the conversation below and tell us where you stand.